Hello and welcome to Ink and Ashes. Today we are doing something a little bit different. Leo has mentioned it before. We are doing Am I the Devil? And all of these stories were chosen by Leo, so I have no idea what I'm getting myself into, really.
Nor do I.
Love it.
Yes, I just read the titles and went, oh, that sounds juicy. There's lots of tea to be found there. And obviously, as we know, the British love their tea, and so I thought we'd colonise the subreddit for a little while and have a little look. So, I believe you are
It's a good
first to go
choice.
with your story.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
Indeed,
So good.
the
What a
voice
good
crack.
start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we actually get into anything, Leo has a book. Did you know? I don't. I
Know
don't think
that.
we've told you before.
No one
So
told me.
I'm gonna tell you that Leo has a book. Can you tell us the title?
Of course, it is the Amaris Chronicles, Book One, The Lord of Cadence Lost. By
Amazing.
moi. Mm.
It's a great adventure tale, and with some lovable characters. It is on Amazon. It is hardback only, but you're working on this soft cover. That's not how what you
Indeed.
say. Okay, it's not soft covers, is it?
I'm working on the
Paperback.
paperback. Yeah.
Paperback. Wow. Soft
In
covers.
all fairness, soft cover is the British way, paperback is the American. So technically, you're right both times.
Okay,
Yes.
I like it.
Hmm,
That's not too bad.
indeed. But yes, it is on its way, hopefully, for soft cover or what have you, for £15 in hardcover currently, some small amount less for soft cover or for paperback, and some large amount even less for Kindle. Hopefully, within the next 6 months or so, and then within the next 9 months, we should be seeing the sequel released, "The Lady of the Living Forest." But that
Mmm.
will indeed, but that shall come about as and when. So we shall have to see when that pops forth from the ether, from She and wherever you might find it. So yes, good stuff. Would you care to begin the first of our gruesome tales from Am I
I
the Devil?
will
I
do.
don't know if it is gruesome, but let's go for it.
We'll have to find some gruesome ones.
Indeed.
Okay. My M22 girlfriend, F22, is thinking about leaving me because I'm incompetent. How do I fix this? I really like that title. I'm
Indeed.
incompetent. How do I fix
At least
it?
he knows. Yes.
Yeah. Wiki how to not be incompetent.
Best place to look with pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like those books that you used to get back in the day. There's like
Oh,
Guitar for
for dummies.
Dummies. Yeah.
Yeah, they still make them.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
not
How to
sponsored, but go and
podcast
buy
for
them.
dummies. I wonder if
Indeed.
they've got one of
So
those.
we should write one if they haven't.
Oh my
I'm
god,
gonna
I'm
look it
so
up.
on it. I'm doing it now.
Mm. But yes, let's continue
Hmm.
with the story, and I shall look up.
Yeah. I, 22M, live with my girlfriend, 22F. We've been together for 7 years. Just to give some background, we're best friends, and we've lived together for a little over 2 years. She's always been the responsible, reliable type, full of drive. Attending college full time and works full time, making about $2,000 a month. I'm not as organised as her and not as full of drive as she is. I live day to day without much thought, and all my ambitions seem so far in the future. I have a part time job and have a second job lined up. With just the one job, I make about $1,000 a month. I also do things on the side to make extra money. I do all of the cooking and cleaning and laundry. Girlfriend and I typically split getting groceries, or we get groceries together. I have ADHD and depression. So the real problem is me. I don't take care of this relationship like a 50-50 partnership should. Our relationship is more like 25 to 75. I rarely celebrate her or do anything sweet. I'm always messing up somehow, and I ended up breaking her trust. I've gotten better at listening to her and trying harder to be thoughtful. But I have learned that I am actually quite self-centered. I am always thinking about myself first and prioritizing my comfort. I've done lots of small things and some big things that cause problems, inconvenience and irritation to her. Occasionally, I can't afford to pay rent, and half the time I can't pay for groceries. I have been working part-time for a little over a year. Half the time I don't follow through on what I say I'm going to do. The thing though is that this has been going on for so long, she's grown very resentful and is basically done with me at this point. Like the saying goes, death by 1,000 cuts and a couple of bruises in my case.
All right, is that the full thing?
Yeah.
I have opinions.
Okay.
Would you like to go first, or shall I?
I think you should start.
Okay. So, right. As although I'm still waiting on the formal diagnosis, as an ADD haver, not an ADHD haver, as an ADD haver, and I certainly have, and my father has too, and his father before him. I understand what it's like to not be able to marshal your emotions properly or keep your thoughts straight. It is, and the overstim of just everyday life is horrendous. I fully understand that. Acknowledging your problems and your faults is absolutely an amazing step. That is really mature for you to acknowledge these things. However, acknowledging is only the first step. It's a big one, but it's the first one. The first one's usually the hardest. The second is addressing your problems. Now, if you go, oh, I can't because I forget because I've got ADHD, bullshit. Um, I mean, you've got body doubling. You've got, by your friends or by, there's so many apps and organizations to help you online. You don't even have to leave the comfort of your own bed if you don't want to. You can do this, So many things to help you out there. There are books, there are courses, there are medications, there are helplines, there are communities you can go to help. And if you want to do it on your own, I do it all on my own too. If you want to do it all on your own, then do it all on your own. It's difficult, it's damn hard, and it makes you miserable sometimes, but you can do it. It just takes a damn good amount of perseverance. Find someone, a relative or a friend, if you can, to talk to about it. Talk to your partner about it. Communication is the most important thing. However, you have to keep striving forward. You have to keep doing it. So if you're inattentive, you promise you're going to do something and then don't, find the reason why you don't do the thing. What's the reason? Is it because you get distracted? You have time blindness? That's a symptom. That's fine. But at the same time, you need to be prepared to make amends. You need to be prepared to do stuff in other areas to make up for that. So you're going to make the dinner, you're too tired or you forget and you don't. Okay, fair enough. Then make it the following night. Make sure you make the time to do it. There are all sorts you can do, all sorts of things. It's just being proactive about it. Yes, it's a lot easier said than done. Yes, there are other unknown factors about your life that we can't sort out, or can't predict, and we can't know without you telling us. But there are so many things you can do, so many communities out there who can help you. So don't use your ADHD and depression. I've also got depression. I've been diagnosed with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, right. I think fairly sure we both have a
Yep.
sprinkle of that, don't we? And it doesn't stop us doing it. We find other ways to persevere and to live, and we find the right people to talk to. We're lucky to have people to talk to. I get that, but we make it our way through. And at the end of the day, this is my personal opinion. At the end of the day, the world isn't made to fit you. You're not made to fit the world, but you've got to fit into it one way or another.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to fucking
Girl.
deal with it. It's life at the end of the day. There you go. That's my opinion. Over to
Yeah,
you.
I do like that. I have a few things to add on to what you've said. You said about an app. Personally, I really love a to-do list. I am a
Yeah.
sucker for a to-do list. I will write down everything that I have to do. In fact, my current to-do list is really full. It has about a week's worth of things that I need to do, all pertaining to my job, which is literally doing YouTube, so I have become quite behind on my thumbnails and doing descriptions. So I've given myself a constant to-do list task of, hey, you need to do at least one thumbnail and 2 descriptions per day. It seems more manageable if you break things up
Absolutely.
into little tasks. So I'm not going, oh, well, I have 50 videos that all need a description and all need a thumbnail. Obviously, when I run out of things that I need to write descriptions on, I will up my other thing, like doing the thumbnails, to 2 thumbnails in a day, you know? It's easy. And obviously, don't beat yourself up if you cannot do that. But trying is a big part of it. And not that we're sponsored by them, but, you know, Finch, please sponsor us. I really love Finch. It's a self-care or app where you take care of this pixelated little bird. I say pixelated because it's on a screen, right? But it's not pixelated. It's just a bird made of pixels, and you take care of this bird by taking care of yourself. So there are lots of things on this app that can make you be a better you. One of them is, like, if you need to do, like, breathing exercises, there is a thing on there, and that helps with that. But I think the person writing this would like to do the most is just adding the goals, right? So I get serotonin for being like, yes, I have done that thing. I mean, I have a constant one that is always on there, and it's respond to one YouTube comment. More often than not, I will respond to all of my comments about once or twice a week, depending on the influx of the comments on my channel. So I just have that reoccurring there. And obviously, I choose to do it at a specific time. But you can literally do a goal of do laundry, make dinner, meal prep, right? You don't have to make dinner every night. You might forget. So set yourself one day a week where you have to do dinner. Do a big bulk cook, and then if you do forget, you can be like, well, we do have this pre-prepared, so we can just heat this up in the microwave, or, you know, if you want to put it in a tub that is oven safe, you can warm it up in the oven.
Yeah. Or on the hob or something like that.
Yeah. So there are things that you can do to make general life much easier, and I feel like that app may be really helpful. I think I've almost spoken about it before. But
I think you might have done once, but I think it's a fantastic
maybe.
thing that, yeah.
I love the app. It's so good. And they said that they were incompetent. I don't think they're incompetent. Like, doing the cleaning, the cooking.
Yeah.
Well, it says I do all of the cooking and cleaning and laundry. So I'm like, okay, so if you're already doing all of those things, you're doing pretty decently. You're not incompetent.
Absolutely.
You're maybe just lacking to do a few things that your partner feels necessary. So maybe you need to sit down and have a conversation and be like, right, what do I need to do and what do you do? Let's see it, make it physical, write it down, and then compare your lists. Because you might think, oh, just doing the hoovering, that's a really quick 5-minute job, and I do that, like, what, twice a week maybe? I don't know. I don't judge. You don't want to hoover for a month, that's on you. But people do it in different ways, but I think seeing everything that you both do side by side and while you're having a conversation about it would actually be really helpful to not hurt each other any further. Because you've only spoken about her feelings, right?
Yeah.
You probably have feelings on this too. You are allowed to feel hurt. Maybe you need to have a talk about how the depression affects you. Go on.
I was just going to say also, it does something you already do a lot. So the question is as well, because I don't think it says, like, he earns half as much money as his partner does.
Yeah.
Does he work half the time?
Yeah, he works part-time, she works full-time, and she's attending college full-time.
But if he does laundry and cooks and what was the other thing?
Cleaning. Mhm.
Okay, so if he does those three, then he's already fulfilling like the the part-time house husband thing.
Yeah.
So it sounds to me like you're doing plenty, to be honest. I mean, yeah, there are other tasks to do as well around the house regularly, and maybe she doesn't have the time to do those. Sure, so you can pick those up too. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's very difficult with ADHD because, like, one task, right, to most people. I think you were saying something about this earlier. You're being visited upon by cats.
Both of
Um,
them are here and they started like hitting each other. It's really funny.
that's very entertaining. Um, what was I? Where was I? Oh, that was it. Yeah. So, what one task, right? One task to a normal person: put on the laundry, right? Do the laundry, right?
Yeah.
ADHD is like do the laundry involves a lot. It's take the washing downstairs step by step. Take the washing
Mhm.
downstairs or to your laundry room or wherever it is. Put the laundry in. Put the right amount of detergents and whatever in. Then it's oh, I'm being observed by a cat now. Um, then it's you've got the huge span of time to wait, and very often a lot of ADHDers fall down here, where because
Mm.
of the fact that you've left the laundry in there, you've forgotten it exists. But that's when you set a timer and you go away and you do another task, and then you come back when the washing's done. It's all like you said, creating lists, to-do lists,
Yeah.
timers. It's regimenting your time. You just have to manage your time a lot more closely. You have to marshal it.
It's
And I,
amazing this day and age. We
mm,
have literally little devices that we can carry around in our
mm,
pockets, right? And they do have the timer function. But you also, I can only speak for Samsung here, but Leo, you're an Apple person, so I feel like we
indeed,
can have this conversation really quickly. There's the feature of alarms. Now I can name my
mm,
alarms, so if you know your
likewise.
washing is going to take 30 minutes, my washing machine takes 30 minutes. So
Mm,
a lot of the time I will go put a load of laundry on, and then I will come upstairs and I will edit, but I will put a 30-minute timer on my phone. If I'm wearing my headphones, I cannot hear the washing machine. But if I'm not recording a voiceover or something, I can quite easily be like, right, that's not going to interrupt me by having that alarm go off in 30 minutes' time that says, hey, hang up your laundry. I like to insult myself on my alarms, but that's just me. I feel like it's more motivating because my phone yells at me with whatever noise I've selected for the alarm to go off and whatever I've called it. So I think there's one that's uh, get the fuck up, right? That's for the important ones, okay? It does
mm.
say get the fuck up, you little bitch. So like my phone goes off in the morning and it says get the fuck up, little bitch. You got shit to do. Like come on. The next one is you have shit to do. And then the one after is you're late, get up. I'm getting sick of this. So seriously, I
Um,
like to insult myself with the alarms because the alarm is then being like, no, 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 you have to go and do this. And if you don't, you're failing. Like you're already behind on your to-do list because I have a to-do list set up every day of my life. I find that it's really helpful. It helps me keep
certainly
track.
is.
I don't have ADHD or autism as far as I'm aware. All I've got is that sprinkling of depression. So it can be hard when you're sitting in
A little
bed, you
bit of
wake
seasoning.
up and it's like, oh, let me just let me do some scrolling. And before you know it, it's
Mm,
3 o'clock in the afternoon and you've done nothing. I'm
been there.
sorry. Sometimes I've got meal prep to do.
Mm,
Sometimes I'm doing a bulk cook and I'm doing that in the morning or the early afternoon. So you've got to do something to make yourself motivated. And if you don't find that thing to help you, you are going to struggle. It can be a struggle. I do know that.
mm. Also, we just must countenance the possibility that countenance, there you go, word of the week. Right.
Ooh.
So, countenance. Shall I bring up the definition? It is a person's face or facial expression. It also, the other meaning, so that's a noun. Another noun for it is the support or approval, or the verb admit as acceptable or possible. Um, so we must countenance, we must take a look at the possibility of the fact that your wife might also just be really up herself and thinks that you should do everything because you work part-time. It's not likely, but it's possible. You've got to consider that because we don't know you as a person, and you sound like a really considerate person as well in terms of like a very emotionally and situationally aware person. So
Yeah.
it is the possibility that you just have this absolute blind love for your wife and she's just taking advantage of that and calling you shit. Because I've seen relationships where, either sex of partner has done that to the other one. I've seen that happen. And usually, it's spotted a lot more when the man acts that way towards the woman, and it tends to get a bit dismissed when it's the other way around. But not bringing that into it, it's entirely possible that your wife might just be being really hard on you as well. But she does work full
I'm
time
gonna say
and have a university
unlikely.
course.
Yeah.
Unlikely, very unlikely. I agree with you there. However, it is a possibility that we should sort of float.
Mm.
But we've spent a lot of time on the original notion of you are being shit, do better, because the fact it's more likely, basically. But that being said, everything that we've said, all the sort of like helplines we've talked about, the apps like Finch that you said,
Yeah.
very much like I think I speak for both of us when I say we're very much supportive of the idea that um, you be proactive about it, and the fact that you're aware of it is really good. It's just taking the steps to get better is brilliant, and that's the best thing you can do. Once they get better, I don't mean get well from your mental illness, because ADHD is a thing you have. It's not something you get. Um, I
No.
mean improve as a person in the terms of like your mental awareness and your contributions.
Yeah,
But
and
you already
just
sound like you're doing a fair bit.
growth as a person. Like, it
Yeah,
takes a lot for someone to admit that they're wrong and apologize. So maybe it is just the case of you need to admit that you are wrong and you are trying to be better, and then you can hopefully move on. I do wonder if it's partly to do with the not really celebrating her too often, but
mm.
I don't
Yes,
know.
that's
I
a very
don't
fair point,
feel
actually. Yeah.
lots of people have different love languages. So
Mm.
I guess if she has the love language of loves to receive gifts, then I do understand that maybe not giving her a gift every now and again would
Yes.
upset her, but also that's just another conversation that maybe needs to happen. Like, what is your love language, what is her love language, and how can you do better to make each other happier? Because again, this post is all really about her. It's
Yeah,
about her
absolutely.
feelings. Like, what's your feelings? I want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
How do
Give us an
you feel
update.
about the situation?
Yeah, exactly that. And also do try to talk through it with her as well, if you can, because it doesn't sound like there's been a lot of communication. But yeah, I think you're completely right.
Maybe
Absolutely
the
completely
lack of
right in that.
communication is because she's so busy. It seems like it. I
Yes,
mean, attending college
that
full
too.
time, that's probably like early in the morning to
I mean,
early afternoon, and then
if
if
I
she's
mean if we're
working straight after, that's probably working
true,
really late, and then she's rinse and repeat.
if you're talking like I don't know, obviously because we don't know. I think this is American, isn't it? 'Cause they say college instead of
Yeah.
university, because they're wrong. Sorry, Americans, but it's true. We came here first and came up with the idea. Anyway,
I'm not saying anything. I'm staying
no,
out of it.
I am pulling your leg. I am joking. Although we did come up with universities first because we existed first. We didn't come up with universities as a concept. Anyway, so
Oh, hold
little
on.
yeah, go on.
Since we're talking about Americans,
Yeah,
apparently some Americans think we're a little bit strange from what we eat, and apparently we're still eating like it's World War Two, and we're rationing our
right.
food. I don't
I've got
view it
something
as
to
that.
say here.
I
I've
would
got
like
something to
to
say here.
have a conversation about it, but also
Yeah.
I completely skipped past the question that I wanted to ask you earlier when I was talking about alarms. So
Oh
I
yeah.
could rename my
Go on.
alarms. Can you, as
Yes,
an Apple
I can.
person?
I
Right,
can.
so
Yeah.
you can make your life extremely easy. The person who's posting, you can name your alarms, and that's just going to help you out so much by
Mm.
obviously you have to remember to set them, but if you're already there, like standing at the washing machine, you know how long that cycle's going to be. You've probably run it 1,000 times. So set the timer, you're all good. Set another one for like, hey, this is your 5-minute break. you can scroll on social media for like 5 minutes, then you have to get up and get out of bed or whatever. Like, get up, get on with the tasks that you need to do.
I mean, dopamine release as well and serotonin release is a huge part of ADHD. Like, you
Exactly. So
really
you
need to
still need the
marshal that.
things that give you the brain tingles.
Exactly. I mean, it's sort of like if you're a right, okay, this is one. If you smoke cigarettes, for example, um, you spend a few hours doing something, and then your brain is going, "Give me nicotine," like that, right? You start getting a bit irascible. You start a lot of going, "Fuck, my hands are shaking. I want a cigarette." So you go out for a cigarette, and then, ooh, all is well, and that's
Same
because
with
your body's
caffeine.
addicted to it.
It's the
Same
same
with
with
caffeine.
caffeine.
Same with caffeine.
Yeah.
So if you think of it like this, ADHD is a born addicted to dopamine, basically, because your body can't regulate it, and that's why you're always going for. That's why ADHDers have a higher um, rate of addiction, a higher rate of compulsions, of various things like that. It's because of the fact that they need the dopamine release. Also, just as a quick aside, you were saying about Americans saying that we eat like it's
Yes.
still rationing.
Yeah.
A, you don't fucking know what rationing was actually like if you say that. B, your bread. By the way, I like Americans. You're great people for the most part, but your fucking bread in Europe and Britain is classed as cake because there's so much sugar and additive shit in it.
Is
Do
it?
not come here and talk to. Yeah, if you don't come here and talk to us about our shitty food when your food is sweets. Sorry, bit of a rage there.
That actually came from one of my friends who had a conversation with someone they know. So I just
Fair
thought I'd
enough.
share that with you
Fair
because we
enough.
were on the subject of Americans, and I'm like, I have
That's very fair.
something. I Yeah, they were like, oh, Brits are weird, and I was like,
We are,
why?
yeah.
Like, give me a reason why. Don't just be like, you guys are weird.
Mm.
Like, I
Also,
mean, yeah,
yeah,
but also
you're
I want
not
a reason.
wrong. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like your bread is literally cake,
Yeah.
so leave us alone. Basically,
Um,
um, I shan't go into
oh,
anything else because I have a bit of
okay.
a yes, go on.
How do you feel about coleslaw on potatoes? Because that was also something. Sorry,
Okay,
potatoes. I'm not gonna cut off the T.
potatoes, bottle of water.
Potatoes. Yeah. How do you feel about coleslaw on your potato? I've got to know.
I think any human being that has coleslaw on their potato needs to be hanged by the neck until dead.
Okay, I
Um,
also do not like coleslaw on my
Good, wonderful,
potatoes. So,
wonderful, good.
right,
Just
that's
coleslaw,
good.
yes, yeah, coleslaw good, potatoes good, coleslaw on potatoes, fuck off.
Absolutely not.
I think
Yeah,
is yeah,
there are people who do like jacket potatoes and then put coleslaw on top, and I don't get that. Also, I don't get people putting tuna on top of a jacket potato.
right. I've
That
got opinions on
that's
this, right?
strange to me, but
Yes, it is strange to me too.
also
Um,
I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat meat and I
no,
don't eat fish. Pescatarians are the people who eat fish.
indeed, my
So
mother's a pescatarian. Yeah,
I get wanting to like bulk up your jacket potato, but
yeah, of course.
it's not for
Beans.
me.
That's what
I don't
beans are
think the
for.
texture would go very well. I don't
No,
like beans either.
that's fair.
I'm
They're an off
extremely
texture.
picky.
There's one of these we've got for that, isn't there, somewhere? But yes, one of these "Am I the Devil" ones is about picky eating. I think it's one of your ones, or it might be one of mine.
Oh,
Anyway,
amazing. I have lots to
we'll
say
come
on
to
that
that.
then. I need to
Good,
just do a
excellent.
full episode, probably on my own, listing the names of foods that I do actually eat rather than the ones that I don't, because I'd be there all night. I'd be there for like
Yes,
3 days. I don't
I'm
eat
very picky,
fish,
but
I don't
from
eat
like
peas, I don't eat beans or tuna.
have some chips with some ketchup on it. There you go.
I
That's what
don't
Billie
even like
Eilish said.
ketchup.
Oh shit! You, you know what? My dad doesn't like ketchup because he was fed rotten ketchup as a child.
Ew, that's
Yeah, he can't eat
nasty.
swede either because of similar reasons. I can't eat swede. I think swede's vile. I like fried mushrooms, but only fried in garlic. If they're just mushrooms on their own, then they just taste like phallus to me.
I don't like mushrooms.
Fair. I must. By the way, everybody, there's nothing wrong with knowing what phallus tastes like, but I don't actually know what phallus tastes like, so don't quote me on that. Um, Anyway,
Love how you're covering your ass.
yep, yes, indeed.
Yep.
There's another joke in there about phalluses, but I'm not going to make it.
I think we should
Yes,
get back to the
yes,
post.
let's get back to
Do
the.
you think they
Yep,
are the devil? I feel like we spent a little
no.
bit too long on this one, and we need to
Yeah, we'll
move on
rush through the
swiftly.
following ones, but I feel as though this person's not the devil. I think they show a good level of awareness.
Yeah.
This is salvageable, I think.
Yeah, it does seem
Yeah,
like a salvageable relationship. They just need a lot more communication going on.
yeah,
And
exactly.
maybe it would be a good idea that he does go out and get another job, and maybe she wants to drop her hours down. Maybe that could work as a balance.
Absolutely. I mean,
But
also
again,
that's
that's
another
something
thing.
they need to discuss.
It is like if there's a reason why you're not working full time, okay, fair enough. Won't ask that reason, but it better be valid. Um, if you're like supporting this person as well, if she's working full time and being a student. My grandmother did that while raising two children. It was one of the most stressful experiences, I dare say, of her life. Wonderful woman. I shall do a whole podcast episode on how much I admire her. But anyway,
All right, I like the
like
sound of
that's.
that.
I should like to do that. But yeah, so there's, one of those things where this person is working full time and being a student. They're probably doing evening classes. Like I work on the Rounded Eyeglass, my 3D printing business, which you should go and check out on Etsy. Um,
um,
have we not been recording this whole time?
we have been recording. There was a second part to this one.
Is there?
There's more to the story. We've spoken
Oh,
for like half an hour, and there's
yes.
more to the story.
Give me
Oh my!
more.
Wow. Okay. So the next bit says, I really do love her and care about her so much. She is the one I want to spend the rest of my life with, but I realise that I'm not sure how to love. She's always given me so many chances to grow and improve, but only this past year I have given some effort and started growing and understanding myself better. I know what my problem is and I'm trying to work on fixing it, but I'm not the most consistent because even though I have learned a lot about myself and tried to be more aware, I still mess up a lot. I feel a very depressing amount of shame and guilt about my behaviour over the course of our relationship. I just hope I can make this work because this is quite literally my last chance. TLDR, I am an incompetent partner and I have put so much strain on our relationship that I'm not sure we'll be able to make it. I love her, but I am also unintelligent. Help. I mostly just wanted to get this off my chest and take some form of accountability for my past actions and behaviours. If anyone has any questions about specifics, or if you have any advice for me, that would be appreciated. I need some help. Update. So after lots of work and listening to everyone's ideas and advice, I have been asking and getting more hours at my job. I've been following a strict routine that is good for my physical health and mental health. This work shows her that I mean business, about change and staying consistent. She sees this and notices my effort and feels much better about us. I'm even sleeping in the bed again, and we've kissed a few times now. We're both feeling much happier, and I'm feeling more confident about myself and our relationship, as she is too. Thanks for the advice, everyone. Do you know what? I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad I missed that second part because it meant we could talk about the first bit without that update.
Yes, indeed. Oh, and before we continue, just a quick round of applause for this chap. I think he's done a really good job at sorting his shit out.
He didn't even need our guidance.
No, exactly that. I mean,
But...
Reddit seems to have done a good enough job.
Yeah,
yes.
We love people on Reddit. Well, we love some people on Reddit.
We have mixed feelings about people on Reddit.
Reddit is a horrible place, but
it is
you can find some real gold mines. Yeah.
You can. There are some good people on there too.
There's some really
much like any
things
place in the world. Yes.
On Reddit.
Just like the real world, Reddit is a mixed place.
I actually listened to a podcast and she's a larger lady, don't get me wrong, but she was trying to work on that. Someone posted her in a very unflattering outfit and angle in the gym, right? She's actively trying to lose weight and be healthier, and then they posted her on like this fatties page on Reddit. And so
What a
there
knob.
was like a whole podcast episode about her literally talking about how that made her feel. And I was like, wow.
There's
This
no
is
way you can
why,
win with that.
yeah, this
Mm.
is why Reddit is a little bit, yeah.
Yes,
And now she doesn't want
it
to
is
go
a
back to the gym. Which I
it's a dirty
understand.
place.
If that happened to me, I'd be
Yeah,
mortified.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I would be too. I mean, I'm a larger guy, and I mean, when I say that, I mean, yes, I am bulky, but I'm also a bit overweight, I'm conscious of that fact. That's why I wear high-waisted trousers all the time. It doesn't show off as much. But, it's one of those things, like, if someone took a photo of me while I was out for a run, for example, or
Mm.
like straining with my veins sticking out of my head because I'm lifting some weight, which is not as
I
much as I
thought
would
you were
like
going to
to be.
say having a poo.
I mean, that too.
I thought we were going to circle back round to like having a poo,
Having a poo.
sitting on the toilet.
I was trying to having a poo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
What even
if
is
someone
this
posted
episode?
me,
It's
if
all
someone
over the
posted me in
place.
like that,
Sorry.
it's all right. If someone posted me in a compromising position like that, not the having a poo, I mean sweaty and working out and being overweight. I mean, I feel like I would probably feel a bit shit, especially if they would put it on like a fatties subreddit. So, it's it's not a good thing to do, really, is it? Because the thing is, there's no way to win. Like, if you're overweight and you're making an effort not to be overweight, then the last thing you want someone to do is shame you for being overweight, even during the moment that you're trying not to be.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to do. But I used to work out all the time when I was living away at university, back in the day. I used to go like 3 times a week or so. I'd really, push myself to the limit. I'd do a lot of cardio, I'd do a lot of weightlifting and general stuff like that. And like the top half of my torso and my arms were great, but like I'd have this big cake in the middle, my one pack as I used to refer to it, and I was a bit insecure about that. But I sort of got to a point mentally where I was like, yeah, it's fine, I don't really care. I am me. I'm human shaped, so it's not like I'm Jabba the Hutt. Um, but it's also not like I'm a stick insect at the same time. I'm sort of like somewhere in the middle, and I'm all right with that. And I think as long as you're endeavouring to be healthy, there's nothing wrong with working out. It's just when cunts come along and try to embarrass you for the internet's laughing pleasure, really messes you up mentally, I think. But there you
Yeah.
go, indeed. Now, shall we move on to the next one?
Yes, I think we should.
Lovely. Yes, it is getting on a bit now,
It
isn't it?
is.
So we spoke earlier about picky eating, and I
Yeah.
found the one about picky eating. So shall we do that one?
Sure.
Wonderful. So this is an Am I the Devil, which has been ported over from Am I the Arsehole. One moment. Right, so am I the arsehole for telling my friend I won't have meals with her because of her picky eating habits and dietary restrictions? 20 female, I think she means I 20 female, but they've missed out the I, am from Asia and came to the US for college. Amy, 20 female, became my best friend here. We do a lot of things together, including eating meals together regularly on campus. However, eating in the States hasn't been very enjoyable for me. That brings me back to the bloody bread thing. Anyway, I grew up eating family style meals with 3 to 4 shared dishes, so I'm used to a variety of flavours. I love that way of eating. Anyway, I should get into that another time. The one serving per person style here makes me get tired of my food very quickly, quite understandably, I might add. Um, I suggested sharing food with Amy, but it almost never happens because she eats very limited types of food and has allergies. Even when she agrees to quote unquote share, it it's more like trying a few bites rather than actually sharing a meal. I'm just quickly, before we go on to the second half of this, going to say the way that they've spelled this. This is the training, the teacher in training coming out here. The way that they've spelled this with the than with an actual A instead of with an E is really pleasing to me because it's a pet hate of mine on the internet. Anyway, see it a lot on Am I the Arsehole? Anyway, recently I've been eating almost every meal with my boyfriend. A big reason is that I can share everything with him with no restrictions and try many new things. I enjoy it so much more. Amy understands that I eat with him a lot because we're dating, but she still tries to set up times for us to eat together since it used to be our habit. I kept turning her down in polite ways until she finally confronted me and asked why. I told her the truth. I only really enjoy food when there's a variety, and because of her picky eating and restrictions, we can't share food. So, we shouldn't eat together. Amy took it well on the spot. However, nice, 8.5. However, a mutual friend later told me that Amy was upset and said I was wrong for quote unquote ditching Amy as a regular meal buddy. I was very defensive because my own preferences had been undermined for a long time. That friend still said I was an asshole for bluntly saying I wouldn't eat with someone because of their eating habits. Am I the asshole? And there's a bit more info, there's an update, or more info here. Amy and I see each other every day doing homework and hanging out, therefore I don't consider eating meals important bonding time. Very fair addition there. What's your
Right.
opinion on this matter?
I feel like I have a lot to say because I am a
Brilliant.
picky eater and I am also a vegetarian. Lots of the people that I've dated in the past are meat eaters, so I don't like the smells that come off of their plates or while we're cooking it together. So I feel like I can relate to this person. Obviously, they like variety, and I stick to my one thing. But I do kind of like sort of enjoying a meal with someone, but also having that space between you. So my worst thing is steak. I hate the smell of steak. Anytime that people cook it, they have to let me know. I need to cook my food first, and I need to eat on my own because I just cannot stomach that smell. It makes me feel ill. So I don't think she's in the wrong here, or this person's in the wrong. They didn't exactly ditch Amy. It's just they have found someone that they can share food with, and they can have their own preferences. I'm struggling for the word.
No, I
Like,
know what you mean. They're sort of...
fulfilled. Their
Yeah.
own preferences fulfilled. Because it can be annoying to, like, have to put up with someone. If they do, like, a really annoying habit, there are people that will click their pen constantly, and you don't want to put up with that noise, especially if you're trying to focus on something. If you're trying
me
to
so
read,
angry.
but you've got the clicking in the background. Hold on, let me do it. Let me do it.
Please don't.
If I'm trying to talk and you're just hearing clicking all the time, isn't that going to be a little bit difficult to focus on what that one person is saying without the noise in the background?
God, that filled me
You're
with red
fine.
hot
I
rage.
know. I stopped because I hated it as well. I'm so sorry, but I thought I'd
No,
just
no,
give a
it's all right.
demonstration because I do have a clicky pen right next to me.
Indeed.
But it's so much more difficult to focus when there are other noises going on. So, like, it's kind of the same thing. It's a little bit different, don't get me wrong. I don't think this person is the asshole for wanting to have what they desire, you know? They've grown up with family style. It would be weird to change the habit. So when they found their boyfriend, and their boyfriend was like, yeah, I'll share my meal with you, that was probably a really nice moment between the two of them of, oh my god, I actually get to share now? And however amount of time that this person was eating with Amy, that was not a thing. So
Indeed.
it's nice to get your own way, and you're still hanging out with Amy. It's not like you've gone,
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
we're not eating food together anymore, so I'm not friends with you. That would be awful. That would be an
Yeah.
asshole move to be like, well, we're not seeing each other to eat now, so bye. So I feel like they're not the asshole, in my opinion.
Mm. I
How do
completely
you
agree with you.
feel?
No, I agree with you that they're not the arsehole. As well, another thing, I'm a huge fan of Asian cuisine. It's my favourite kind of food. Now, obviously, in Britain, we have the Philistine British attempt at Asian food, right? We got the Chinese takeaway, to which we only refer to as going for a Chinese, which freaks people out, which makes me laugh. But anyway, so we've got Chinese takeaways, we've got Japanese restaurants, we've got all these sorts of things right over here. So this is the comparison I'm drawing, right? But we've
Mm.
had a few family friends in the past who have whose parents have come from um, various Asian countries, East Asian countries, and whenever we'd go over for dinner, there would be a platter of food in different bowls and plates and servings and stuff, right? So you'd serve yourself from those bowls. You'd have a bit of everything, really. You'd have a bit of stuff. Now, obviously, if your friend is a picky eater and can only eat certain things, that's not going to be for her. That's fair enough. But if that's the way you've been raised and you live and you eat almost every meal that way, then obviously you're going to be used to that as well. That is your version of picky eating. It's just the way you serve the food rather than the foods you eat. That's your picky eating. So you're both kind of picky eaters, and obviously you've come to a culture, to America. You come to a culture where you eat single serving portions, right? With your meals, and you've said that in the message in the "Am I the arsehole" thread. So obviously the cuisine is going to be difficult. So obviously you can spend meal times with your friend, and it'll still be fulfilling, and you'll have nice times eating with that person. But obviously you're not going to feel seen, and you're going to feel perhaps a little bit um, removed or lonely without that sort of tie to your origin as a person. So it's completely understandable to me that you'd probably feel a little uncomfortable with that. So having your boyfriend be willing to eat in that style with you, eat in the way that you grew up with, is amazing. He absolutely has every right to be your person that you spend time meeting with. The only tiny criticism of your behaviour that I'd put in is how blunt you were. Although, to be fair, I feel like after you've been confronted by someone and you'd be on the defensive, like you said, very reasonable to react with equal sort of resistance, if you will. Makes sense. Everyone would do that, really, I think, unless you're incredibly patient. Um, but yeah, perfectly understandable, perfectly natural to feel that way. I don't feel like you're the arsehole. I think perhaps there might have been a slightly better way to handle it initially, but you did what every other decent human being would do, and you just came out with it. You didn't play games. And you were really polite. You made your excuses in a polite and sort of natural way. So I don't think you're the asshole at all. I think that if your friend doesn't understand the fact that you kind of don't feel comfortable eating in that standard way at any point, then kind of on her. But at the same time, I get why she'd feel a little bit like alienated and not understand why you stopped. She might be afraid that she's upset you or something. Um, So that communication there is incredibly important. But if you're still hanging out with her, if you're still being really close friends with her, and you still spend a lot of time together, and you did before that, then yeah, absolutely the eating together thing. It's a ritual, but it's not like an essential part of bonding as a friend. Although breaking bread, as they say, over a table is one of the best ways to bond with a human being, aside from getting absolutely off your tits wasted with them. Best way to make friends if you're at university, which you guys are. So there you go. But yeah, that's basically my general opinion on the matter. Is that you're not the arsehole. She's not the arsehole. I think everyone's kind of pretty decent here. Um, I just think you need a bit better communication with your friend. That's all. She's a picky eater. You're not. That's the way it is. But the important thing is to remember that neither of you is in the wrong or in the right here. I think much like an introvert and an extrovert. Extrovert is always going to try to drag an introvert out of their shell. It's like morning people. Lily and I are night owls. We have to live by you morning people's schedules, and it annoys me.
Yeah,
But at the
even for
same
work
time,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah, literally, literally. I do most of my work at night
Me too.
when it comes to, yeah, exactly. When it comes to like my business and your editing and stuff and
Yeah.
everything else that you work very hard doing, it's usually at night for us, unless I'm doing studying, in which case that's usually during the day. Um, but my classes for university are at night, so I do that too at night. But yeah, so it's just there's just a difference in origin and in culture there, and I feel like your friendship is probably strong enough to get over that as an issue. You've been honest. She's been honest. Maybe apologise for being so blunt, but at the same time, you are not in the wrong for being blunt. So not the asshole, in my opinion. There's my huge monologue there.
No, I like
There
that.
you go.
That was good. You
Thank you.
really covered that very thoroughly.
I tried not to get too worked up like I normally do with these. I go on my little David Mitchell rants about these sorts of things, I'm aware. Um, Also, just as a quick, not covering my arse, but a quick bit of clarification, I do like Americans. I'm not anti-American. I just tend to have a bit of. I have strong opinions because Americans tend to have this awful habit of treating us like we're a quaint little tiny culture, and I'm like, you came from us, so please be respectful of your elders, basically. At the end of the day, well, because it's not just us; it's also Spain and obviously the indigenous people and France and Germany and other countries like that. But
Okay, cool.
most of Europe. Anyway,
History
that's enough
lesson.
ranting. History lesson, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Various ranting about American things. But anyway, over to you, I believe.
Yes.
Nice, very nice.
Right. Am I the asshole for getting mad at my girlfriend for wearing mismatched socks? Immediately, I say, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
are.
you're an asshole. Yeah, done. Next one.
Yeah. Right. I have been dating G for 5 years and was considering proposal until this. That's very dramatic.
It
Oh
is,
yes,
isn't it? I
I
like
thought about proposing to her, and then I saw that she had mismatched socks. I'm sorry, what? That's the one
That's
red
really
flag
funny.
you can find? It's not even a red flag, man.
No, exactly. That's just like I did my laundry and couldn't find the other sock.
Literally, I lose socks all
Yeah,
the time. I wear odd socks nowadays.
yeah, exactly.
But
I mean,
I don't want to
I
go
wear
out
old
and buy
man
more
socks.
socks.
No, exactly. It's too much effort and annoyance, and they're expensive nowadays. Most places don't sell socks in my
Yeah.
size. I wear old man socks. They come up to my calves. They're really comfy in winter. And I don't know why I needed to tell you guys that,
That's
but
fine. We're talking
yeah,
about socks. It makes sense that we're gonna talk about
indeed.
socks.
We're going to talk specifically about our sock as well,
Hmm.
for some reason. But
Mine
yes,
are spotty at the moment.
no, I'm wearing light grey ones at the moment. They're very nice.
Mine,
They come up to my calves and are comfy. I have garters on as well.
mine are white and blue.
Very nice.
The
Very good
dots are
choice of
blue.
colour.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Not that I chose these socks. I don't think I've bought a pair of socks for myself in my lifetime. Well, no. I've bought 3 pairs of socks for myself in my. That's my entire life.
Fair. I mean, to be fair, you
Yeah.
come to a point as an adult where, as a kid, you're like, oh shit, I got socks for Christmas. I don't want that. You come to a point as an
I
adult where you're praying someone will buy you socks for Christmas.
I never had that when I was a child, right? I did get socks, and I was like, yeah, bed socks, love it. Because over time they lose their fluff. So yes, I want more fluffy socks. Give
Of
me more
course.
fluffy socks. I'm happy
Mm,
with that. As long as they don't have sparkles on them, I'll wear them.
nice.
Yeah.
Sparkly socks are evil. I
Or
hate glitter.
the weird ones that have like a panda head on the side or a teddy bear head. It's like
Oh yeah.
that's not a practical sock, though, is it?
It
You're
is not a
going to
practical
sit
sock.
there, or you go out, you try and wear those out, you just have a bulge in your trousers. And it's not like the bulge where
Mm.
everyone would expect to find a bulge.
No, indeed, I hadn't even thought of that. Yes, that's a fair point.
I did, okay? I think a
Mm.
lot about socks. I love socks. You heard it here
Socks are
first.
good.
I love socks. Socks are
Indeed.
comfy, right? I don't sleep
Mm.
with no socks on. I'm a sock
In
sleeper.
Understandable. I mean, you get very cold a lot of
I'm
the time,
always
so it makes sense.
cold.
Exactly. Just a quick aside, I can't remember the name of the business. There's a small business, well, not a small business, there's a shop in Paris, right, that
Paris.
makes bespoke socks. And they've got like a sock making machine, and you can watch it making it. It's like 3D printing for socks. It's so cool. I want a pair. Anyway, uh,
All right.
back to yes, back to
I
the
I
thing
guess we're
as a
gonna
whole.
have to go to Paris.
We'll do a road trip on the underground fucking thing. Word train to Paris. That's what I'm talking about. Words are hard. Um, we'll
Okay,
take the
so we're doing the
Eurostar, I
choo
think,
choo to the Eiffel Tower.
to Paris. Yes,
Hi.
indeed. And then I shall go and speak slower and louder at French people because they won't
No,
understand me being so
no, no!
nonchalant.
You
I
cannot do
shall
that.
I shall drag our country further into the reputational mud because I can't speak French.
Comment tu
But there
s'appelles?
you go. You can get cream for that. Um, what does that actually mean, by the way?
I don't remember. Comment
No.
ça va?
Um,
I know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
How you doing? How are you?
Ah, nice. Very good.
Hmm.
I speak
Nous
a smattering
habitons.
of German, bit of Latin, but I don't know any French. I'm afraid.
So I speak very broken French, but I've been at it for a good few years, and I've been neglecting it on Duolingo. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk
We've been
about
learning
it.
chess.
Okay?
Anyway,
Yeah,
socks.
we
Let's
have been
go.
learning
Socks.
chess. The thing
Yes,
that I am
indeed.
most obsessed with on Duolingo right now is Esperanto. I love
Oh, yeah.
Esperanto. It's so good, and it's so easy. Genuinely, it's like a lot of the same words, or if you think, you look at a word because it's written a lot of the time, you'll look at it and go, that looks like it's spelt wrong, but it looks like this. So, logis. I'm like, lodge, you know?
Mhm.
It's house. You live.
Yeah.
That's the word for you live there. So, yeah, it is a little bit strange though, because there are words that mean two different things that are the exact same. So it's the same word, but it can mean two different things, and it's like, okay, cool, I love that. So
like
it's a little,
our,
little confusing. Like our what?
yeah, like
Sorry?
our confusing arse language,
Mm.
because ours is like that. It's ridiculous.
Okay, got a thing from a French man. He came over here, right? And he picked up spaghetti, and he said, spaghettis. Our plurals are really difficult. We are so difficult to learn as a language, and yet so many people still learn English.
Indeed.
It's
Although I might
crazy.
add that the singular for spaghetti is spaghetto, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, you're not going to have one spaghetto, are you? You're going to have spaghetti.
No, you're
but
going to have spaghetti. Yeah.
realistically, it should be spaghettis. You would be having spaghettis for dinner, but that's wrong. You're just having spaghetti for dinner. Well, probably not
Indeed.
that. You'd have extra as
Oh.
well. You'd have something else with it, but...
Yeah. Talking of that, I made a lovely lamb ragu earlier. It was incredible. For tomorrow. Anyway.
A lamb what? Sorry?
Ragu. Lamb ragu.
What?
It's like, beef ragu. It's like spaghetti bolognese. It's the bolognese, basically. It's like the beef sauce or the whatever. It was very tasty.
Bolognese.
Yeah. Bolognese, yes.
That's what I call it.
As our dear former drummer used to say, bolognese. Shout out to you, my good sir. I love you to bits. I hope you're doing all right.
I prefer bolognese. It's like
I
posh.
prefer bolognese.
It's like
It
bolognese.
is.
Oh yes, I'm Jasper. Jasper, come here, Jasper. Jasper.
I'm so sorry. I think my dog thinks your child is a pheasant. Yeah.
I love when you do that, and you do that every time I say Jasper. Jasper.
I must. I must. It's such a good
It's
sketch.
like my little thing that's in my brain rent free triggers your little thing in your brain that's rent free,
Yeah.
and I love it. Genuinely, it's one of the
Yes.
best ones. Anyway,
Shall we read
socks.
Yes, stop.
Yeah,
Go for it.
socks. Sorry.
Nice. Have you
Yeah.
recorded that? We chop that out, and that can be a little soundbite. Perfect.
Socks. Okay, I had a cat.
Stop.
No, my sister had a cat called Socks. Okay, you can tell it's getting later because I'm getting more and more unhinged.
Likewise. Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
yeah. I feel like we're good. We're having vibes. Let's go.
Let's do it.
G has always worn. It should be worn. Mismatch socks. Not just two different colours, but pattern ones too. Why do you sound so up your own arse? Oh, she was wearing two different patterns of socks, and you definitely cannot combine two different patterns, even though
like
they're
me.
definitely hidden under your trousers. Yeah.
Indeed. Like me.
I'm going to continue.
Like me at Pity You Omo. It's like, you're wearing the wrong fucking square, bitch.
I love that. That's amazing. Oh my god. Okay.
Indeed. Anyway, yes, do go on.
When we were younger, I thought it was adorable. As we're getting older and furthering our careers, I find it unprofessional and immature. It's a little mood killing because it's not very sexy when that time comes. Excuse you, sir. I really don't like this guy. I don't like him.
No, he seems like a knob, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've had
He's definitely
multiple.
got a little Lilly. Oh, sorry.
Leo! Can't say
Sorry.
that on the internet.
Probably not, that's true.
Even if it might be true.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've had multiple discussions with her about it up until now. She has always brushed it off. She doesn't think it's a big deal. I'm a little less bothered with this at home, except when we're getting down. But the last straw was when we went to visit my parents, when stay at home was lifted in our state. Okay, this was from a little while ago. Okay. My brother and his wife were there with their young daughter. She had mismatched socks on too, and I pointed it out to G. G said she didn't mind matching with my niece and that it didn't mean anything about maturity because they're just socks. To me, it proves she's acting like a literal child. I just don't understand. What's the problem? Oh, what's the problem? Would be wearing with normal. That doesn't sound right.
I think he
is
means
this
what would the
English?
problem be with normal socks. I'm not sure.
Well, it says, I just don't understand. What's the problem would be with wearing normal matching plain socks? To me, that
What would be the
brain
problem
does
with
not
that?
compute. Wait, no, that sentence does not compute.
So I think he's
Wow.
saying, what would be the problem with wearing normal matched socks?
Thank
That's
you.
sort of what I'm trying to work out.
Leo, the translator. Hail, the translator.
The universal translator.
Yeah.
Oh. Exactly. Anyway, yes, do go on.
When she was at work, I got rid of all the patterned and coloured socks and replaced them all with black socks. I thought she would be... no. I thought she would be excited to get new socks. She blew up at me, accused me of being the immature one, accused me of needing to feel in control, etc. I just wanted her to dress like an adult and told her I don't want to marry an overgrown child. This woman needs to dump this guy.
She really
get rid
does.
of him. Get
She
your
really
socks out
does.
that bin and get rid of him. Put him in the bin. Anyway, we're almost done.
Yeah.
She's been staying with her sister since and won't speak to me until I understand. Am I the asshole for replacing her socks? They're just socks, right? Okay, I'm going. Okay, if
Go
they're
for it.
just socks, then
Why
it's
are they
not a
bothering you
problem
that much?
then.
Yeah,
Why
literally.
does that bother you? If they're just socks and you're making this out to be so much more than it needs to be, why does it bother you so much? Clearly, it bothers you so much that you decided, firstly, you drove her away. Secondly, you've decided to write about it on the internet. What?
What a knob.
Bin him. Girl, if you are watching this, get rid of that man. Get rid of that man. Get all your socks out of that bin and put him in there. Seriously.
Exactly.
I will fly there to help you. I don't know. You got to pay though.
As long as you pay
You
for
got to pay
it,
for
yeah.
my services. Yeah. Got to pay for my trip and my place that I'm gonna stay. I
Hotel,
don't
yep,
know.
absolutely.
I mean, I'll sleep in a bathtub. Just give me enough padding. It'll be fine.
That's a shout.
Yeah, I've done it before with no padding. Those
I
were
don't
the
fit in
days.
baths anymore. I'm too long.
I didn't back then. I didn't fit then either, but I did it.
Mm.
Parties, man. What can
Indeed.
I say? What can I say? I don't like
Yes,
this man.
yep.
He was like, yes, I was going to propose to her, and then she started wearing, like, patterned mismatched socks. Broski, it's really not that deep. They're probably hidden under trousers. Don't see your problem here. I think I'm gonna wear more mismatched socks just because of this guy. I'm
Like
gonna
that one
purposely unmatch my socks.
Fuck him in particular. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. I don't blame you. Can I go on a little rant quickly?
Do it. Go for it. I think I've said what I need to say.
Good stuff.
I think
Yes,
he's the
little rant.
child.
I think he is the child.
Yeah.
Yeah, so quick little rant. As faithful viewers of the audience will remember, I am very much involved in classic menswear, sartorial, anything, basically. I love it, right? It's my thing. It's my autistic special interest. It's my trains, right?
It's your chosen
So
subject on Mastermind.
exactly. It's my ancient Rome, as the youth say. Um, do they still say that now? I'm not sure. Anyway,
Do you
do you
mean your
remember that?
Roman Empire?
That's it. That's my Roman
Right,
Empire.
okay.
Yeah, same thing. Ancient
I
Rome,
got
Roman
you.
Empire, same thing.
It's my
Yes.
ancient Rome. That is how you would say it as well. That's
Yes, it's the proper way.
100% you. That was not English from me. That's 100%
I
you.
know what you
To
mean.
translate
Thank you.
myself for the people. I know
But
you
yes,
can
it is my,
understand me.
Of course. But yes, it's my Roman Empire. You know, I love anything sartorial, especially classic like 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s stuff. Anyway,
This
if
is
you're just
when
wandering
Leo's not
around,
talking about suits. He's just wearing like the flapper dresses from the 20s.
exactly,
Like, prancing
exactly.
around like a pretty princess.
The little like head feathers, they feel so comfortable on my bald cranium. But
And
yes,
it's
so
insulation. You're
oh
smart if
yes,
that's the... I know that's not what you wear. I know what you look like. I've seen you.
indeed.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah!
Fascinating.
I
just thought
know!
whenever
Hi, I'm
whenever I
Lily.
walked
It's
into
really
college,
nice to meet you.
fascinating.
It's
Nice to
really
meet you
nice
too.
to meet you. Yeah.
Whenever we walked into college, I wondered why you shut your eyes. I just thought I was hideously unattractive. Anyway,
You weren't wearing
so
a
yes,
dress.
I wasn't
Didn't
wearing my
like it.
dress.
Yeah, just quickly, this is a shout out to non-toxic male masculinity, and I really appreciate it. So many people, I would make that joke in the past, and people would be like, "No, I'd never wear a female dress. No." Leah's just so chill with it.
Honestly, like
Get
yeah, just
yourself
let
one
the
of
nut
these.
swing free, you know, comfy. Anyway.
No, no.
Ruined it.
Do you know the image you just put in my brain?
I really don't want to know.
It's from college. If that gives you an idea.
Oh no, not the Freddie Mercury incident.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's burned into my cranium. Anyway, so yes, if talking of clothes and socks and such like, right? Obviously, I dress formally, as people would consider it now to be formally, all the time. Like I wake up, I put my suit and tie on, or sometimes my bow tie on. Stick on the
Bow ties are
fedora,
cool.
or the bow ties are cool. Stick on the fedora or the fez or the Homburg or whatever I'm wearing that day, right?
You own a
And
fez?
yeah, fezzes are cool. And then I will. And if you don't get that reference, by the way, get off the channel. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Stay. We need the watch time, and we appreciate you.
And we need the
Anyway,
subscribers.
so,
Please
and
subscribe.
we need the subscribers. Yes, indeed. But yeah, so I'll stick on my formal clothing. I'll do my dress shoes, my nice half height socks, every day. But that's because I like to dress that way. However, I would never have an issue with, like for example, I'll go and I'll meet up with an old guitarist mate of ours that Lily, you know, who will remain nameless, but he is famous for wearing tracksuits, right?
Dave?
Now, I shall just stand. Yes, indeed.
Dave.
I shall. Yes, Dave. Dave. He shall remain
did,
Dave.
did you hear the meow?
Yes. Yeah, I did. That was. Oh,
Yeah,
it's adorable.
she's so
Um,
vocal right now.
she is. It's
She's
very
picking up on
sweet.
our energy. Well, probably my
Mm,
energy.
indeed. Well, possibly she might be able to hear through your earphones. They're very sensitive hearing.
I know.
But
We do
yes,
actually need to give this guy a name. You need to name
we
him.
do. Yes, I'm going to call him John. I think
John.
John. So well, I meet up with John, right? Now, John, he always wears matching tracksuits, right? And he wears trainers. And obviously, I'm always wearing two, either three-piece suits or double-breasted suits and dress shoes, right? And obviously, I'll wear a hat. Sometimes I wear a cap or something like that. And we asked, like, we couldn't be further apart in our style, but I would never dream of telling him that he should be wearing a suit, or something like that. Because in my opinion, obviously he shouldn't be, and in his opinion, obviously he shouldn't be because he's wearing a tracksuit. But it's one of those things where like I wouldn't dream of telling a mate that, let alone a partner. Don't try to control the way your partners dress, you limp-dicked knob end. Anyway,
There is
um,
a right way to do
that's-
that, though. There is a right
there
way
is a
to
right way to do
say,
that. Yes, yeah,
I think you should wear this. Mostly
yeah,
because it looks the most flattering on you. Like, this one is
exactly,
perfect for the event
exactly.
and it matches what I thought we would wear.
Precisely that, exactly. Like there is a way to steer someone towards making a better decision without controlling them,
Mm.
basically, when it comes to their clothing. And like if you're going to a black tie gala event, right, for example, and you're wearing your nice dinner suit or tuxedo, as our American cousins would refer to it, um, and then she's wearing a ball gown, right, but she's wearing like Mickey Mouse sock on one foot and a Peppa Pig one on the other, right? That's not appropriate. So you're probably going to say to her, "Hey, I think you probably ought to change your sock because I think people are going to give you like funny looks maybe, and you might get some unwelcome questions.
Hold
But
on.
I love you and appreciate you.
Ball
Yeah,
gown, right? Usually
yeah,
floor length, right? People aren't gonna
yeah.
see.
Also, people aren't going to see. That's true, unless you got like the slit up the leg, which a lot of them do these days. But
Well,
yes, there is
you
that.
said ball gown, and I thought big, poofy, long,
Oh yeah, like
princess-looking dress. Yeah,
Regency princess gown. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, like if you're gonna go out in something and like that you're gonna be on show and people are gonna be judging you by your appearance and your outfit, like a business meeting, or like an office event or a gala or something like that, then yeah, obviously put a bit more thought into it. Like if she's going to these events where it's like black tie and wearing like you just gently advise her, oh, I think this might not be fully appropriate, but you don't ever try to control what your partner does. Um, However, this guy is just being a knob because she's wearing odd socks because she likes odd socks. Odd socks are fine. I think they're a nice, eccentric little thing. I wear odd socks sometimes when I'm just at home having a PJ day, That's fine, that's no issue. I've got lots of pairs of odd socks that I just wear around the house because it's comfortable. If I'm going out, I'll put on my sartorial stuff. Um, and with my matching nice grey or black or navy blue or brown socks or whatever I might have on. But that's because I'm very conscious of the rules of sartorial wear because it's my autistic special interest. Um, Whereas her, she's just dressing the way she wants to dress and let her do that. Just like if she's going into like if she's a lawyer and she's going into court with odd socks on, I don't think that's appropriate because people will judge her by that. And obviously she wants to win the case. People are very superficial. But if she's just, you know, wandering about, well, what's the problem with it? If she's just enjoying her life harmlessly, what's your problem with that, dude? Why did I just say dude? That felt wrong. That felt dirty. I wanted to scrub my tongue
I
off with soap
liked
now.
it.
Nice, cool. I shall endeavour
Dude.
to use dude more in polite conversation if it suits me. Um, but yes, so
Dude.
it's dude. But it's yeah,
Totally
it's one of those things
awesome,
basically.
dude. Yeah.
Speaking of the turtle from Finding Nemo.
Yeah,
Um,
literally.
but yes, that's what I've got to say on the matter. Basically, is that I think you're a knob guy who wrote this. Just let your partner be herself. You've driven her away by your own superficial nature, and that's coming from a guy who loves fashion and style. Like I
Yeah.
live and breathe superficiality when it comes to clothes, but obviously when it comes to actual important things, I don't. But like I do a lot of stuff involving clothing, and just chill out, dude.
I do kind
Basically,
of feel like saying someone's socks are mismatched socks are like unprofessional, especially when they're not on show. Okay, if they're not on show, it's not a problem. But that's kind of
mm,
like saying, "Oh, you shouldn't wear that red underwear under your dress, your clothes to work because it's
mm,
unprofessional."
literally, it is that invasive. Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, it's sort of like up until whoa, 1940s, a shirt, like literally your top was considered underwear. And you'd wear it under a jacket. Even if you're a woman, it was the same thing. Your blouse would be considered underwear. So, because no one would see it, because it would be
Watch
either for a
Pirates
bloke,
of
it'd
the
be a
Caribbean. That'll shed some light.
yes, yes, there you go.
Especially the
Um,
scene where Jack pulls up Elizabeth and he
oh God,
literally
yeah,
has to like take her clothes off.
yes,
Or when she's being like put into that corset and she's like, I can't breathe. I love it.
mm,
Honestly,
like,
just
oh,
watch it
such
because
good
it's
series
great.
of films. It
Just,
is,
just
it's
watch them
brilliant,
because
it's
they're
brilliant.
great.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, so to bring this one to its conclusion, the guy is the arsehole, right? Woman's done nothing wrong.
Mhm.
Mm.
I do kind of feel like we should leave it there because we
Yeah,
said
no
so
worries.
much right at the start on the first one that we've
Yes,
kind
this is
of
true.
we've gone on for quite a while.
We
I'm
have. This
I'm
is
gonna
true.
just get louder and more unhinged, and I don't really want to put more of that on the internet if I'm honest.
That's fair enough. Yes, I think we'll
Yeah.
bring it to a close today then. So, if you've made it this far, because I think we've been going for a bit of time now, thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's always a pleasure to have you along with us. I do hope you've enjoyed Lily's well-formed arguments for situations and my feckless ranting, as per usual. And
Hey,
I
it
shall
was
very
always fun.
much.
It's always
It
been
is
fun.
always fun. But yes, we shall very much look forward to hopefully seeing you in the next episode. And do have a little subscribe and a little like. Check out the Rounded Eyeglass on Etsy. Check out my book on Amazon. Um, and check out Lily's solo channel as well, which is absolutely amazing. And
Aw,
yes, that's true. It
thanks.
is. And I hope you, everybody, have a lovely afternoon, morning, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. Cheerio, tutty bye, etc., etc.
And go put on your mismatched socks. Bye bye!
Indubitably.